Hi, honeys. It's Michelle. I just wanted to give you an update. There's so many different things that I've been talking about or not talking about. So I just wanted to sit down and have a discussion with you guys. So I guess the first thing I should mention, this whole this whole adventure that I'm taking on trying to become a healthier new me so that I can be more active. It's not going that good so far. I decided that first thing I wanted to do, since it was, until the move, it was a regular part of my life. I wanted to go get my massage, and I'm, it's been a week since the massage, and I just stopped hurting from it. I don't know. I feel like I'm holding on to a lot of stress from the move and the build up to the move and everything. And it's so hard to get that kind of stress out, or any kind of stress really, out of my body. I don't know, does that make sense? So one of the things that I've been trying to do with getting healthier is eating stuff that doesn't have so much crap in it. So not eating fast food, or if I do, trying to eat fast food that's a little bit healthier, and just changing my eating habits at home too. I think we all have different bodies and certain kinds of food that work for our bodies. And so I've kind of got my own ideas of what will work for me. I'm not on any particular, you know, diet of whatever. And here's this bracket, and this is what you have to eat all the time. I'm not, to me, that is just not sustainable for a long period of time. So I'm not doing that. I'm doing the Michelle diet, which is just eating a little bit healthier and cutting out certain things, or maybe not even cutting them out, but just not having them so often. But it's kind of weird because since I started eating healthier, I feel awful. I don't know what this is. Is this a withdrawal from something? Is this normal? Have you guys ever heard of this? I don't know. I don't feel good. I feel nauseous. I feel run down, tired. I just want to sleep. I'm just going to keep pushing forward, and hopefully I will find a way to get more of this stress out of my body, and I'm hoping that that will help me feel better. I guess we'll find out. I'm not trying to be, negative or cranky or anything, but I guess I just feel like with social media, we see the highlights of everyone's life. We see, you know, people with full makeup and perfect hair and the just cutest outfits every day, and their house is always clean. And I'm just not about that crap. It's just so fake. And I don't want to be like that. I want you to be able to come to a page where I'm a human being. So I have bad days. I don't always feel good. I'm not always in a great mood, you know? And then I wanted to give you a few updates on just some of the things. I don't know if this is like kind of a new phenomenon, so I'm not sure if people have really thought about these things, but when it comes to moving, um, I feel like I've had to divorce a couple um, of my subscription boxes. The amount of additional stress to a move that has come from some of these places is a little bit excessive. And I'm not sure what happened to good customer service, but man, they just don't have it anymore. A lot of people don't. When we knew we were moving, I went to each of the subscription places and I told them to suspend my account until I moved. And then when I got moved, I would give them the new address and they could send them to the new address. That sounds super simple, right? Logical, no big deal. When I got here, I did just that all in one day. It was the night before I moved into my new apartment. I gave everybody the new address. I went online to the post office. I did a forwarding address, right? Why did everything go to my old address then? Can somebody please explain this to me? What's the point in doing that then? That, you say, I want to suspend my account. They always ask why. And you say, I'm suspending it because I'm moving. Okay, so logically, when I get where I'm going, I want you to send it to my new address, not the old one, right? And it has been a freaking nightmare. With Trunk Club, I always thought Nordstrom's had this wonderful customer service. I mean, they do when you go in the store. Not so with Trunk Club, I don't think. I guess for me, I should probably start a little further back. My aggravation with them started when I opened my account with them. And the first box I got, I don't know if you guys remember this, if you were watching back then, they sent everything in the wrong size. I don't understand that. I don't get it. If I put my size in the system, why are they sending everything in a size smaller? So that wasn't very impressive at all. I sent everything back. I didn't keep anything. I think I kept a pair of earrings because those still fit, but I didn't keep anything. Then the second box I got, I really liked. I liked my stylist. She was younger, had like a really cool style. I had a really hard time picking what to keep from that box. But one of the things that was hard for me, and maybe I just bit off more than I could chew from the beginning, everything they sent was $80 or more per item. I can't afford that. I mean, sure, on certain items that are staple items that I love, that I'm going to build my wardrobe around maybe, but not every piece of clothing I own. It's just too much. I kept, I think it was one thing or maybe two from the second box. And I really loved that box. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And so I had this long discussion with my stylist about, don't take it personally. I'm suspending the next box. I'm putting on there that it's because I'm moving. And as soon as I get my new address, I'll give it to you. You can send the next box to that address, blah, 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 blah. And her and I even had ideas for the next box. I mean, it was great. In the middle of my move, because, well, if you saw the vlog, you know that it took my mom and I a week to drive across the country. In that week, I checked my email one night and found out that I'd been assigned to a new stylist. Why? I didn't want a new stylist. I liked the one I had. I don't like change. Like, I get kind of attached to people and things. And so if I have a stylist I want, don't change it unless I ask, right? Or maybe tell me why. Did I do something wrong? Or is she no longer with the company? What happened? So anyway, they assigned me a new stylist with no comment as to why. I tried to explain where we were going with my boxes and what kind of stuff she was going to send in the next box, that I was moving and da 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 da. So I get here, give the new address, and I get a message that the box has been shipped, and I'm looking at the information on there to my old address. Why? You know, with those boxes, the total for everything in them is usually hundreds of dollars. I mean, like, when each item is $100 or more pretty much, and there's like 10 items in the box, you're talking about like $1,000 worth of clothes sitting on my old doorstep. Thank God I'm in touch with my old neighbor. She sent me a text message saying, hey, there's this huge box on your front doorstep in a rainstorm, mind you, that says Trunk Club on it. I said, well, could you do me a favor and take it down to the office and I'll take care of it from there? She says, sure. So I called the office. They were pissed. They want me to come pick it up right away. Oh, sure. Let me just jump on a plane and come pick it up. I'm on the other side of the country. I live in Las Vegas now. You're in Florida. I told you that when I moved. What do you mean you want me to come pick it up? I cannot do that physically. I called Trunk Club and I talked to, of course, my stylist was absolutely no help in this. She just kind of, I'll see what I can find out, and like 2 more days goes by, right? I call the customer care center and they say, we're going to have UPS pick it up today, send it back to Trunk Club, and then we'll turn around and send it to the correct address. We're so sorry about what happened. It is taken care of today. I said, okay, great. A week goes by. I hear nothing. Then I get an email that says, you need to review your box or send it back. I'm not reviewing something I haven't even seen. I contact my stylist and she says, well, that's an automatic thing they send out. I said, okay, where's the box? She doesn't know. Here we go again. So I have to call customer service again. And customer service tells me, well, it's still at your old apartment complex. Why is it still there? You said it was being picked up today, a week ago. Oh, well, it hasn't been picked up yet. Okay, so what does this mean for me as a customer? Like, how many more times do I have to call? How many more times do I have to be called by my old apartment complex and kind of ripped into over it? I don't know what I did wrong, but apparently they don't have any space for that box, in their office. So it's a huge deal to them. All those things just added up, and I just started thinking about it, and it's like, the cost is too high. I don't like the customer service. I don't like that nothing happened the way I was told it would happen. I don't like the way that they changed my stylist without talking to me first. Da, 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 da. So I canceled my account. So no more Trunk Club. Sorry, guys. I ended that relationship and I'm relieved. So I don't know if the box is still at my old apartment complex or not. It's no longer my problem. I canceled the account. I told them how upset I was, and we're done. On to Ipsy. Same thing happened with them. Except with them, no amount of messages is getting anywhere. Now, I did put a forwarding address, and that one is the post office that sends it. So you would think that they would have forwarded those here. So I have no idea where they are, what happened. I'm sure some random person somewhere stole them and is keeping them or something. I don't know. But I paid for things that I never got. And their customer service doesn't seem to care. I just sent them a message. I'm giving them one more chance. And if they don't fix it, I'm done with Ipsy too. Especially lately. I don't even wear makeup. So why am I bothering with this stuff? But it's like, if I'm going to pay for something, please, you don't even have to go above and beyond, but please just give me what I consider like your average run-of-the-mill customer service. I don't feel like I'm asking a lot if I change my address for you to send it to my new address. And the one excuse I've been hearing at Trunk Club, well, if you don't do it before this day, we send it to your old address. Well, it sure would be nice if you let people know that. And if that is the case, why in the heck are you not suspending it until the following month instead of making me go through all this extra stress? I don't need it. I'm so stressed out anyway. This move is just too much, and then you add all this other little crap onto it. And I mean, no wonder people get violent for no reason, right? It's just too much. Now, Dia and Co. and Wantable, those two have been no issue. Smooth as can be. I will say Stitch Fix went to my old address too, but it arrived the day my husband left, about an hour before he left. So he threw it in the moving van and brought it to me, and I asked for an extension on reviewing it, and that's it. And then by now, the one that's coming to me, it looks like is the correct address. If it's not, I'm gonna flip out because I've just had it. It shouldn't be this hard to change your address with places. People move. It happens every day. I don't get what the big issue is. I decided, because of what happened with Trunk Club, I was going to get a new subscription box to replace it. Subscription box. I almost called it a prescription box. But I didn't want to get anything that I've been seeing a lot of, and I figured, well, geez, I'm already getting 3 fashion boxes, and I'm planning on going 2 different stores in my area and trying on clothes for you there too. So maybe it'd be neat if my other box wasn't clothes. I was getting book of the month, and I do genuinely love it. Well, one, I want a group of beautiful books that I can have on display on a bookshelf in my living room over this way behind me here. Not only do I want books that are pretty to look at, but I would also like classical literature books. I've read them in the past and loved classical literature, but there's so many of those books that I have not read, and it's something that has been on my bucket list forever. I've decided that that's going to be my new subscription. It is called Coffee and a Classic. When that gets here, I will do a unboxing and haul of it with you so you can see what's in there. We can experience it together. You can pick coffee or tea. I picked coffee. I might change my mind at some point though, because I love tea a lot as well. I believe, I don't know for sure. We'll find out when the box shows up, but I think it's one coffee inspired item having to do with books or something, and then also a classical literature book. I'm really excited about that. Otherwise, I haven't had a chance to do the acupuncture or the yoga yet. I wanted to give you an update. I sent Ipsy a message last night telling them how frustrated I have been with this whole address thing. The response that I got, they were really sorry about what happened. They're sending me a new one to the correct address. Everything is resolved. Like, I was really happy with the outcome. And when they mentioned, hey, just so you know, if you change the address, you have to do it before the 20th, or your next thing will still go to the old address. I said, well, just to let you know, that's not mentioned when I change, when a person changes their address. And I think most people would prefer to have the option of not having that next month shipped if that's the case. I mean, it's fine, but people need to know that, especially people like me who aren't moving a mile down the road, but are moving, 2,700 miles down the road. It's a much bigger deal to us when we can't just go stop by and pick it up. But they resolved it. They were really nice. They said, you know what? You might have a good point there. We didn't even realize we're not making that clear to people. I'll talk to my boss and we'll see what we can do. Which was, what a wonderful way to respond, right? It was like she cared, she listened, so on and so forth. But more Trunk Club drama. After I talked to you guys last night with my update, I went to check my email, and they had sent me a message that they were working on my next trunk, and that it was going to be shipped on the 15th. My trunk? How is that possible when I canceled my subscription? Then this morning, I hear from the old apartment complex in Florida. The Trunk Club package is still here, and we want you to come pick it up. Well, not they want me to come pick it up, but they want UPS to pick it up like they were told UPS would pick it up. Now, mind you, this has been going on for over 2 weeks now. And I don't know if you've seen Trunk Club boxes, but they're huge. They're bigger than my hips, which that's big. That's really big. That's a big box. Big box. And I get it. They don't have a lot of room, and they're trying to be nice to me, which, is wonderful considering I don't live there anymore. The fact that it's still there 2.5 weeks later is pretty absurd. So I called the customer service today and I said, what was going on? And the lady said, well, I'm going to have UPS pick it up today, and I'll personally make sure that they do. And I said, That sounds really nice. It almost sounds scripted because it's the exact same thing the last two times I called that I was told. So I said, that sounds really nice, but are you actually going to do it? I said, I'm sorry, but I just want this stress to go away. I don't want to think about, I said, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't want to think about Trunk Club ever again. I just want it out of my life. Would you leave me alone? Right? Um, so I told her, by the way, my stylist, the new one who I've never even worked with before, said that she was canceling my subscription, and I don't think she did. She looks it up. Oh, whoops. She didn't. What do you mean she didn't? So I was going to get charged again? It's like they want to see how big of a bitch I can be because it just keeps getting more and more heightened. I just want this to be over. Moving across country is stressful enough. Trust me. I don't need this crap on top of it. And I told her that. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, this is the end of it. Hopefully, I never hear about the box again. I never hear about Trunk Club again. Man, that was a nightmare. Nightmare. I'm scared to even sign up for clothing boxes or any kind of boxes after this. Now, granted, I'm not moving again anytime soon. And if I do, it'll be here in Vegas. It'll just be maybe if we buy a house one day. Maybe if we buy a house one day. Maybe. It'll be moving down the street to a house, probably in the same neighborhood because I love this neighborhood right here, this neighborhood. That I am now in love with Ipsy again. I was thinking about not doing my Ipsy hauls on here anymore, though. Let me know what you think. Are you tired of seeing them? It seems like everybody has Ipsy hauls that they do, and I don't want to be redundant. I don't want to bore you guys. So let me know if you want to see what I get from Ipsy and what I think of it. I will show you. If you don't, I will not. But I will continue to get Ipsy, and I love Ipsy, especially the fact that when I expressed that I was upset, they cared and they did something about it right away. Apparently, the other avenue I was taking trying to contact them was going out into dead air. It wasn't reaching anyone. But when I emailed the contact us account, they immediately jumped all over it. So I really appreciate that. It says so much, right? I just want people to care. You have to care about your customers, or they're going to stop spending money at your establishment. I'm just saying. I don't get mad at me. I didn't make the rules. I'm just living in this world like you. That's how it is, though. It's one of those things. You know, they say if you don't keep your woman happy, she'll find someone who will. Okay. I feel like if you don't keep your customers happy, they'll find somebody else who will. And I have. Anyway, enough. I'm done venting and going on and on and on about it.